Okay, good evening, everyone. Hope we are really, really well. Great to catch up with you guys. We do these obviously for every Sunday because I say it every time we're on call. When we're building a business at home, it can feel very, very lonely. And I know that so many people have joined in such a short space of time. And what's really important to me is that everyone feels valued. And I don't want, when the team is growing so large, it's difficult for me to, keep in touch with everybody. So it's just a great opportunity for me to come and spend time with you guys. Now, what I want you to do is with these sessions, this isn't about me just on here talking about stuff that perhaps isn't relevant for you guys. So what I want you to do after today's call is you can private message me if you like, if there's any topics that you want me to cover on these sessions, then I am more than happy to do that. This is a team thing, and I want to make sure that you guys are getting everything that you need for people to build a successful business. Now, some of the things that have been suggested about discussing is how we can remain focused when we get no's. Anyone struggle when somebody says no? Be honest. Do you know what? When I'm reaching out to people, I want a no, and I will say in the message, look, you either tell me yes or you tell me no. I don't care what, the response is, because if I say no, if you say no, great. Do you know what? I can move on. But remember, it is only a no for now, because people's circumstances change. Give me 2 seconds. Yes. Ellen's just said about rejection. Now, I'll be honest with you, when I've had a fear of rejection my whole life, and I know that that comes from trauma from my childhood, right? And never ever feeling good enough. I've struggled with my self-esteem my whole life. Even though I'm here and I'm building a successful business, I still have those demons, that sit on my shoulder and go, oh, you're this, you're that, and I've just learned how to manage those voices. And anybody that's successful that says that they don't have insecurities are liars. Let me be honest. Our brain works in mysterious ways. And, I am definitely one of those people that has that demon that sits on my shoulder and says, various different things. Now, I mentioned on the Saturday call yesterday, what keeps me going and keeps me motivated. And it is, I suppose, the reason that I am successful in building a business is remembering why I'm doing it. And I did touch on this yesterday. And I think people that have had struggles and are having struggles, it's a massive motivation for you to go out and, make those changes. And the good thing, the way that I think about it is if I'm getting loads of no's, right, that tells me that I am doing the activity. Whereas if I'm getting no responses, that's telling me that I'm not being active in my business. And you need to, one of the things I would recommend that you do, dependent on, how much time you've got to build a business, your priority is speaking to people about what it is that we have. Because lots of people say, do you know what, I don't have a lot of time. Well, this is where if you're working a full-time job and you haven't got a lot of hours, planning is crucial here. Now, let's say, for example, the one thing that you should be doing on a daily basis is reaching out to people and going for those no's. Because I'm telling you now, if you reach out to everybody on your social media, is everyone going to say no? Of course not. And what I have seen time and time again is people come in to network marketing businesses, get really excited, and then they run at it for 3 weeks and they've had nothing. and then they quit and they give up. And that is the biggest mistake that you can make, because if you continue to reach out to people and continue to get those no's, you will eventually get to a yes. And what's going to happen is, with you continuing to reach out to people, you're going to work out what works for you and what doesn't work. It's really important that you make mistakes. And one of the mistakes that I made that I do not want you to make is, when I got into the industry, I mucked around for 2 years. And I had a fear of rejection. I had a fear of being laughed at. I was, even my mum back then said, get yourself a proper job. It's never going to work. And I just listened to all of that negative input. So then I had this huge fear of, what are they going to think of me? Are they going to laugh at me? Are they going to ask me a question that I don't know? So I mucked around for 2 years. And for 2 years, one thing, I still continued to do it, but I was doing everything that I could apart from reaching out to people. I went cold market, because then I didn't have, if people didn't know me, it didn't matter. And for 2 years, I was earning £100 a month from my business, just 100 for 2 years. And I'll tell you the story of what made that change for me. I was married and I was in an unhappy marriage. I'd just had Vivi, my daughter, and my husband at the time was the sole income provider. And I thought, well, if we separate, I've got nothing. Nothing. So I have to do something that's going to turn my life around. And it was almost like, it sounds a bit cheesy, like the light bulb went on for me. Bearing in mind, throughout those 2 years, I was doing lots and lots of self-development. I thought, I've just got to keep in my mind why I'm doing it. Because I can't control what other people think. I can't control what other people say. I can't control whether they're going to join me or not. But if I don't reach out to people, it's always going to be a no. And you need to let go of the outcome. You've just got to keep inviting. And I swear to you, right, from that moment that I made that decision, within 3 months, my income went from £100 a month to £3,000 a month. And what I did was, I committed to speaking to people every day. That needs to be the only thing you need to be doing. Stop thinking about creating content on Facebook if you're not great at, content on Facebook. Because what ends up happening is, you do posts on social media and people go, have you been hacked? Because it's unusual activity for you, because it's not something that you're used to doing. And one of the things that I did, and I listened to it solidly, was The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. Many of you will recognise it. I've even got it on my TV upstairs, and it's amazing what you forget when, because many of you know I've been in a very, very dark place. So I kind of shut everything out that was kind of making me happy and keeping me stable. And I listened to it in the car. I watched the DVD, I had the book, and I just immersed myself in The Secret, and I would visualize about where my life was going to go. I would visualize the kind of car that I was driving, and I would just continue to visualize and surround myself with amazing people. And in that organization, at its peak, bearing in mind for 2 years I was earning £100 a month, at its peak I was earning £26,000 a month, on top of earning the chairman's bonus checks, the end of year bonus. I think the biggest was 136,000, right? Now, the reason I tell you that is, even if there's somebody like me, right, that still struggles now. I've got no qualifications, right? No GCSE. So don't tell me that you think you're stupid, you're not good enough and all of that. I was put in a class for children that had a learning need, right? So on paper, I'm not meant to be successful. I grew up in a toxic environment, told that I would never amount to anything. And many of you know what my story has been like for the last 12 to 18 months. So on paper, somebody like me is not meant to be successful, but it's my motivation to pick myself up and just go for it no matter what, right? And that's why, I am back and I am here fighting more than ever before, because I don't want to go back to what my life was like. I was embarrassed. So do you want to just get over the rejection of no and build a successful business, or do you want to stay where you are right now? You all want change, right? So all you need to do is just focus on reaching out to people and mastering it. And one of the things that comes up time and time again is, how do I approach people? Now, what I want you to do is, if I've introduced you into the business, how did I approach you? Have a look. Because it obviously worked. And it isn't about, whether you're huge, because, I'm hugely successful. What you've got to remember is I got so done over in the crypto space because I brought hundreds and hundreds of people over. I lost all my credibility. So I've had to build from scratch. I've had to build from scratch. And can you imagine how scary it is? It was scary for me to even say that I was doing anything new on social media, because I had people out there that hated me and still do, because they blame me for bringing them into the crypto space where these were cowboys and they stole thousands and thousands. And I understand why people would be upset. I get it. And I feel such guilt for that. So I've had to build from scratch. And my motivation and my drive is, I have to remember why I'm doing it. I can't show you. I've got all these post-it notes on here. I've got just keep going. And then I've got, is this here to make me or break me? I promise I'm going to translate my goals into promises. Pause and take a breath. You have success. People in your team grow frequently and easily. You got this. And you are beautiful. I have those to look at, because that needs to be my motivation. I need to just keep going, because I am still going through hell with my family. Some really, really difficult stuff with my children. And I could quite easily be that person that goes, do you know what, I'm going to take the day off today. But I use this as my safe place to escape from everything that's going on at home. And that's what you need to do. So if I introduce you to Live Good, have a look at how I approached you and use that. But for those of you that didn't join me, I am very direct, because I need to be direct, because all I want is, are you interested? Yes or no? No, fine. And then I'll leave it a few months and then I'll reach back out because people's circumstances change, right? But I will say something like this. Have you heard what's going on in the subscription economy right now? Really simple. It's exactly what Johnny's been saying in our link tree, the video there. I say, or something like, oh my goodness, I found something in the subscription economy. I need you to be on a call. I've got 6 p.m. or 8 p.m. That's it. That's all I'm saying. I've got something. And if you're new, hey, I found something in the subscription economy. I found a way for us to get paid back on subscriptions. Do you want some earn some extra money in the run up to Christmas? And they say yes. Great. I can't do it justice over message. I'm not going to send you links. I've got calls at 8 p.m. or 10 a.m. Master the invite. And if you make mistakes, great, because then you're going to learn how to invite people. We just need to master the invite. Go through the link tree, have a listen to Johnny's invite. And for people that, people are that I am direct, but people that I know that are in other networks that are happy, well, we think are happy, I'm just nurturing that relationship. And I haven't sent out friend requests for ages, but in the last week, because I think everyone within my social media knows, because it's literally everywhere, I've started to build new relationships. And that's a genuine connection, because you never ever know what's going to happen to people's businesses. And if you've built a genuine relationship and then they decide, I want something new, where's the first place they're going to come? It would be me, because I've nurtured that relationship and I've taken a genuine interest. We're not shoving, Curry says about shoving cookies down people's throats. And the other thing I was going to touch on, you've probably had people that have said that they're interested, and then they go radio silent. Anyone had those? Oh yeah, I'm interested. I want to jump on a Zoom call. When is it? Blah, blah, blah. And then nothing. Guess what? I get those too. It's frustrating, right? But what you need to do is, I might send a couple of messages like, so if somebody's been on a Zoom, I've got my list of all my guests here. As soon as they come off the Zoom call, I'll put, are you ready to be in? ? Right? And then if they don't respond, I'll leave it. I might leave it a couple of days, and then I might send a message simply saying, oh, I'm really sorry we haven't had time to catch up. Things have been really, really busy. Then nothing. You'll probably be able to relate to that too. And then if I'm still not getting anything, I would say something like, hey, are you okay? ? And majority of the time, people will start responding, and then you don't talk about it. And then all you do is nurture that relationship. Because people get scared of saying no. And you know what? I want the no's, because then I know where I stand. It's frustrating, right? So, maybe. So the other thing I wanted to talk about is people getting overwhelmed with WhatsApp chats, and what groups to add people to. I'm not using School, because I'm following what Trevor's told me to do. Whatever Trevor tells me to do, I'm doing, right? And I know that when people come in and there's a million WhatsApp chats, and then we've got School, and then we've got all these different Facebook groups with the international, because everyone's got Facebook groups and goodness knows what, right? The one that you need to be in on WhatsApp is the Global Legacy group for new people. That's the WhatsApp group, okay? We then have the Legacy group on Facebook, which is our team page, which is for people that are within the team. Now, you need to bear with me on that group, because there is loads of content that I need to be putting in there. So it is a work in progress. I've been pulling out all the stuff that I've done over the last 15 years in the network marketing space to give you all of the tools that you need to build a business, okay? So we have that Facebook group. There's some content in there, but not a huge amount. And then we have the subscription economy group, which is where you can add prospects to. But again, with that subscription economy group, that needs to be a team effort, because I cannot manage it all with getting content in that group, getting stuff in the legacy group, keeping, reaching out, doing Zoom calls with everybody. So I have got some ideas on what I want to do within the subscription economy group. But when somebody joins you, you need to make sure that you are welcoming them in the subscription economy group, post a photo. When people are getting promotions, you need to be posting it in there, because we have huge amounts of people in there that are sitting on the fence, right? So what we need to do is have a group that is active. And if it's just me in there that's posting, or me that's just commenting on the posts, it's not very appealing to the people that are in there watching. Now, there are a few things that I need to do, because we have in there a copy of a recording of the info session, right? I need to do a new one because it was back in August, so I need to do that. But what we need to make sure that we're doing is getting people on the Zoom calls, because I've reached out to quite a few people today, and that my first option is always, hey, I can't do it justice sending you a message. I'm not going to send you a website link. You need to be on a call. I don't give them an option. And then I'll say I've got 8 p.m. tonight. And if they go, hey, do you know what? I can't do that time. And then I'll give them options of what we've got going in the week. And for what if people are working or whatever, my last resort is getting people the recording and tagging them in it on there. Now, the mistake that people make is this. They'll go, right, I'll send you the recording. What you need to make sure that you are doing is confirming a time when they're going to watch it. Because if you don't, you'll never know when to reach out to people. And I will never add somebody to the group and tag them in it unless I've got a confirmed time of when they're going to watch it. So, for example, I've reached out to a lady who could not, for whatever reason, get on the Zoom calls. She wants to watch it in her own time. And I'm like, right, before I send you a recording, when can you watch it? And then she said, I think 8 o'clock tonight, before the kids are in bed. I can't exactly remember what time she said. And then I said, right, I'll follow up with you at said time, rather than me keep reaching out. Have you watched it yet? Have you watched it yet? Have you watched it yet? But please remember, your first option always has to be inviting people onto Zoom calls and mastering it. And the only activity that you need to focus on is reaching out to people. Forget all the Facebook stuff. I mean, yeah, you want to learn about, how Facebook works. But the one thing that you want to be doing every day is making sure that you're reaching out to people and letting go of the outcome, letting go of what people think, letting go of whether it's going to be or no or not. Because if you don't invite, it's always going to be a no. So just master inviting people. Get on the Linktree. Listen to the way that he's approached people. It's interesting that Johnny did reach out to me about 12 months ago, and that was obviously the time when I was in a really, really dark place. And I think we messaged a couple of times and then just left it. And then we only discovered that after I was in Live Good, but a post that Johnny created, I saw on Neil's profile, and then I reached out to him, and here we are kind of 15, 16 weeks later. So set yourself a goal of going for at least 10 no's. I'm not going to overwhelm you. 10 no's a week. That's achievable for everybody. Forget about the yeses. I want you to go out and reach and get 10 no's. Let me make a note of that so I don't forget. 10 no's. That's it. Just reach out, reach out, reach out. Maybe you need to have some affirmations. Maybe you need to have something in front of you. Maybe you need something on your phone to remind you why. And the most important thing is when you are having challenge, that is when you've got to do it the most. Minimum 5 people a day. Just reach out to people. Now, I'm going to share my screen. Has anyone got any questions on that before I do the recognition? Quiet bunch tonight. Joyce, you're looking nervous. Okay, let me go and share my screen. We're going to do some recognition. Oh, hold on a minute. I just need to. Do that. How do you approach people you don't know? So, for example, there is a guy, we've just become connected, and he's a big networker. He's in trading, okay? So, let me have a look at how that conversation started. Because we've been speaking now for the last 3 days. Dwayne, there we go. Let's have a look. Oh, I sent him a friend request, and actually he came straight back to me and said, "Hey Louise, how are you doing, sister? Thanks for the friend request." I said, "I'm awesome, you." And then I just find out a bit about him. What was it? What was the word? Form, friends, occupation, recreation, and your message or forward. So using that method, friends and family, tell me about your family life, tell me about your occupation, what do you like to do for fun, and then messaging each other about what they do in terms of business. And all I've been doing with him, because I don't want to jump down his throat because I want to nurture that relationship. You could be direct, but I know the conversation between Trevor and Johnny because they met on social media. They made friends. Okay. And I know that this guy that I'm talking to is really happy with what he's done. So all I've done is just find out about him and find out, what motivates him and what his mission is. And that's the kind of conversation we've been having today. It's just about building relationships. So if I send out a friend request and they accept, don't sit on it. What you need to do is go, what you need to do is, hey, thanks for accepting my friend request. How are you? That's it. And then you just start having a conversation because I now know that I need to expand my network, which is why I've started to send out some new friend requests. How do you approach people? So that's how I would approach it, making friends online. So, do you know what? I haven't spoken to anybody. But this is while I've been out and about because I've been too bloody busy. I haven't been out because I've been bloody online with you guys. But I would say something like this. Let's say, for example, that you were in a supermarket and you'd been given great customer service. I would say something like, "Do you know what? You've really impressed me today. Your skills would be amazing in the opportunity that I've got. Would you be open to taking a look?" That's it. You can get business cards done. Curry did a great example of some business cards that he's produced. But if you're not going to do that, I would get contact details, get your phone out, get them on social media. Hey, do you know what? You've given me great customer service. Your skills would be phenomenal in the business that I'm working in. Would you be open? Let's connect on social media, or let's have your telephone number. Because there are millions of people out there that need what we have, because of the pandemic and the way that, the life is right now, people are struggling. And with Christmas around the corner, there are millions and millions of people that could do with an extra few $100s. And with Live Good, they can come in and within a week start getting paid. So you need to start reaching out to people. Oh, Steve's just done cards. Yeah. I've created the same cards that Curry did because they looked so good. Right, let me share my screen. Okay. Everyone see it? Give me a thumbs up, Joyce. Perfect. So recognition for me is really, really important. And I think for me, the reason it is so important is because I've never felt valued and never felt recognized. I know how amazing it can feel, and it will help you grow a successful business. And one of the things in network marketing that really drove me was people being proud of me. Okay. And that's why I will continue to do recognition till the end of time. So we're going to go through our bronzes for people that have achieved bronze. That's two people. That's a stepping stone to your business. You started your matrix. So who do we have as bronze? We have Melanie, congratulations. Yvonne, Rindai, Shell, and Evelyn, massive congratulations to you. This is just the very start, guys. Focused on silver, go to your upline and focus on how you're going to plan out getting to silver. Massive congratulations to you guys. We have some more bronze. I think these have all been in the last 10 days. Huge congratulations, Steph, Tor, Ellen. Ellen did it in the last 2 hours. Huge congratulations to you. Rachel, massive congratulations to you. It's so great to have you here with me, and massive congratulations to Alison. What you need to be focusing on now is mapping out how you're going to get to silver. Now, many of you saw yesterday how I've structured my business. So let's say, for example, you get 2 family positions, that gets you to bronze. Not only have you made your money back, you've unlocked another level of the matrix, right? That further 10%. And now what we need to be doing is focusing on how we're going to get you to silver. So moving on to silver, which means a total team of 20 with 3 bronzes in separate legs. Huge congratulations to Tracy. Huge congratulations to Joyce. This is a massive achievement. You've got an established business and things are going absolutely in the right direction. Also for silver, we have Elaine in Western Australia. She's probably not on the call tonight, but massive congratulations to you, Elaine. And my dear friend Claire, massive congratulations to you on achieving silver. We're now focused on mapping out to get you guys to gold. We also have Tracy that's just achieved silver. Huge congratulations to you. And my dear friend Cerise, who's just on and has just jumped off because she's done a roast dinner for her friends. So huge congratulations to you. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to stop sharing a second because Joyce, I'm going to ask Joyce to say a few words. Over to you, Joyce. She did get to share at the event a few words. I didn't tell her until like literally 3 or 4 minutes beforehand, but she did an awesome job. So, Joyce, can you just share a few words with us on how it feels to have achieved silver?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, a little bit about myself, really. I've been involved in network marketing for some time. My last one was where I know Louise from, although I wasn't in her team. And I had some success and I did rank up, but it was very hard. To go to events, I'd have to pay or buy extra product that I couldn't sell, and my team were not getting the results and they started to fall away. So when I found this, Live Good, I hesitated a bit at first because I thought, oh, Carl, I'm not going to do this again. But then I took another look and I think Louise did prompt me again. And I asked her for the link. And then I signed up at the beginning of September. And in 3 days, I hit bronze rank. And I think this business is just as a breath of fresh air. It's never been seen before and it is so refreshing. So I got to work. I visited my contact list and began working with my team while being guided by Louise. Then on the 3rd of October, my 74th birthday, I woke up with my phone saying, "Congratulations, you have achieved the rank of silver." I nearly fell out of the bed. So my next goal is to work towards getting gold along with helping my team achieve this also. And that was it.
Thank you so much, Joyce. Let's show her some love. Because I knew she was nervous. I could see, even when I was just watching the facial expressions with, how nervous she was with
Oh,
sharing her testimonial. But I love Joyce, and I was so excited when I got to see Joyce and Dawn at the event. I was jumping around like a schoolgirl because I was so excited, to be able to get hold of you guys and see so many of you. So
mm,
huge
yeah.
congratulations, Joyce. There was no one else that I wanted to come on and share that testimonial. It just shows that it's possible for everyone, right? And
Yeah.
Joyce said something about the experience of traditional network marketing where we have to companies produce a product and we have to go out and they produce it for 12, we've got to go out and sell it for 100. It's tough, and the amount of
Mm,
people that have got into debt putting stuff on credit cards because they can't get paid unless they're retailing a certain amount of product. And what I've discovered over here is that it is achievable for everybody. And people are over here and they are making money, which is the best feeling on the planet. Right, we're going to do some more recognition. Neil, did you want to say something before I move on?
Yeah, sorry. So just going on about that point, one trainer that I've listened to has said that we don't have the right to choose whether we approach somebody or not, because at the end of the day, everybody should know about Live Good. And at the end of the day, as you've been discussing tonight, it's all about getting the no's before you get a yes.
Mm.
Another thing I was going to mention as well is the flipping cards video that Johnny's done. I'll put it in the team chat later because that's really kind of resonated with me in terms of, you just never know which card you're going to turn up. It could be a one, it could be an eight, it could be a queen, but eventually you'll get an ace. So fortunately, my ace is holding the call tonight. So lastly, just wanted to mention Kirsty because she's, I don't know why, but she can't get on the call, but she has absolutely gone nuts since Saturday. And she's been in a really bad place herself, and she's really ramped up. She had a lady on a call on Monday. She signed up. She's gone bronze. That's Tor, by the way, and Tor is signing people up. She's really got it. So I just wanted to give her a big up because she deserves some recognition. I'm disappointed she's not on the call tonight, but there we go. That's technology for you.
Yes, right. Thanks
So
so
thank
much
you.
for sharing that, Neil. Yeah, and I mean, I'll pick up on that point that Neil said. People think, oh, I'm going to be forcing stuff on. You've got to remember the way people's lives right now. You don't know what's going on at home. Why be selfish and keep it to yourself? You need to get out of that mindset of I'm trying to sell something, I'm trying to sell something. No. Are you thankful and grateful for being within Live Good? Of course we are. So think about the other people that are going to feel exactly the same. So don't choose, make that decision for somebody. Just go out and reach them. And whether they say no, yes, or a maybe, that's okay. We've just got to keep asking those questions. Right, I'm just going to go through to, I don't have anyone coming on to share their gold testimonial, but we do have. It's funny, my other half, Sam, we were laughing with her. I was laughing with her this afternoon. I was going, hey, you're going to come on and do your testimonial? And she was like, yeah, I'm going to come on and I'm going to say, hey, I don't know how I've got to gold, but yeah, here I am. And this is where structuring comes into play. right? That's why we have those positions at the top. I've secured all of those 6 positions, right? And in my back office, it will look like I've just introduced 11 people, but I haven't. I've been putting loads of people in Sam's team. I've been putting lots of people within my sons and my 4 girls. And in fact, all 4 of my girls are now well on their way to gold. And that's all within my family unit, right? So structuring is absolutely key. So I'll say congratulations to Sam. I should say congratulations to me because I've been ploughing it in there. But there we go. And then we've got Jacqueline. She's not on the call tonight. This is my dear friend in Mexico that's been living in the UK for the last 5 weeks because she's got a very, very sick son. She's been building her business by her son's hospital bed. And I know that she is back in Mexico after the hurricanes and sorting out her house and everything. Now, if anyone could have any excuse, it would be Jacqueline, because when I say her son is sick, her son is very, very sick. However, we could all take a leaf out of Jacqueline's book because she could have quite easily downed tools. I don't think I would have been able to be that strong. But however, she has a massive why. And she's building her business for her son, Jay, who's sick, so that he never has to worry. Do you think that would be motivation for you? Absolutely. So when the days are tough, just got to keep building. Just got to keep building. Just reach out to 5 people a day. That's it. Go for those no's. So massive congratulations to you, Jacqueline. You deserve the absolute world. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So guys, that's it. We've got 45 minutes until we have our next Zoom call. Anyone got guests? I have. Focus on. We've got 45 minutes. Reach out to 3 people and say, hey, I found something in the subscription economy. I don't know much. You need to be on a Zoom call. Trust me, just come watch. That's it. So I'm going to give you those 45 minutes back. Go out and reach out to a few people and get them on the Zoom call. It's myself and Wayne in South Africa tonight that are hosting the info session. So guys, I love you all very, very much. I appreciate you all so much for showing up. And I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for you guys. So please know from my heart that I appreciate every single one of you. So guys, thank you so much. Joyce, you absolute rock star. Maybe we'll get Joyce doing the whole session next week. Maybe we'll get her to do the coaching. What do you think? Should do an awesome job. Guys, thanks very much. And I will see you on the call very, very soon. Take care, guys. See you all later. Bye for now.